Oh shit. And I was thinking the audio is on. Okay, I think is the audio back now? Sorry. Is the audio back now, please? I was thinking the audio was on. Sorry. Is the audio back now? Can you guys hear? Okay, fantastic, 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 fantastic. Okay, okay. Awesome. Okay, so initially what I was saying is I'm gonna be trying to keep up with doing this series because I know that a couple of you who are going to be following up with it every single day. And maybe if I literally get to fall in love with doing this on a daily basis, I may just continue maybe even more than the 7 days. Um, However, I woke up a few hours ago and I saw noticed the markets going a little bit wide, and the first thought that comes to my mind was, what has our financial daddy done again? What has our financial pops done again? And when I say financial pops or financial daddy, I'm referring to Donald Trump. I mean, he's literally, before now we've had a financial daddy, which is Jerome Powell. When Jerome Powell speaks, the market moves. Right now we have somebody who is literally even more powerful than Powell at this season, and he is the president of the number one country and world power right now. So literally, he holds the most influential. He's like the most influential voice right now in the world when it comes to the financial market. And what he says or not say, what he does or don't do, is going to affect everything. And I mean, it is very easy when you want to predict the masses. You can literally predict the masses, their behaviors, their characters, their steps. But when it comes to people who operate in the higher echelons of life, so when we look at the cadre of, we've got those who are, we've got the masses, we've got the 10%, and we've got the 1% of the 10%. These are people who really govern certain things that goes on in the world. And Donald Trump happens to be in the 1% of the 10%, even before he became president. People who operate in this high cadre of life are literally unpredictable. They're literally unpredictable because they don't function based on just the easiest tenets of human psychology. Or should I say the masses, the psychology of the masses? They operate from a heightened level of wisdom and foresight and insight. So it could be, they could just be irrational. They could just do crazy things. And so looking at it, two things is going on right now. The first thing is Trump is making a deal with the UK government today. So sometime somewhere um, later hours of today, there's going to be an official announcement between Trump and the UK government. They're trying to come to trade regulations. Although I have my personal opinion about that and my own personal bias about that when that is going to be kicking in, that should be from the around the London session. I think it's going to be, there's going to be a slight retracement in the markets. It's a little bit of negativity in the market, and if we get that retracement, that is going to give us like an entry to join in and get in on the buy. And but also okay, GM favor as well. So but also the second thing is I'm hearing like from my folks who uh are in the government and stuff, and what I'm hearing, and also like there's a little bit of rumors that Trump is about to make an announcement. So this the second one right now, we don't know what announcement this dude wants to make, but he's about to make an announcement. And this guy's, whatever announcement is going to make, it may most likely either be bullish or the market is just going to suck it in and like, get out, guys, just get out of here. So whichever way, uh, but one thing we always need to understand about the financial markets, either it is currencies or stocks or cryptos, is about how fundamentals get priced in, right? Whatever is going on right now is activities of front running the announcement Trump is going to make. So whenever announcement is going to come, there's always going to be a front running, right? So this front running definitely has fucked me up yesterday and getting my stops out because I wasn't a sell for Bitcoin and Ethereum. So when I woke up, I literally didn't wait for you to get the stop loss. When I woke up and I saw what is going on, I just had to quickly lose. Because remember, like I said, what moves the market this season, as long as Trump is in power, is whatever he's going to see or do. Whatever Trump is going to see or do, Trump's it's beyond whatever form of analysis or whatever projections you're having. So you just go with the tried and go with the flow and all that put together. So looking at this, the thesis behind all this, basically what I'm saying, uh, it speaks of one major thing, and understanding first of all how fundamentals work, and then knowing how to bridge it with your technical analysis and whatever your projection. And this is how fundamentals work. The three most important things you need to understand is whenever there's fundamentals about to come out there's what we call front running. Front running are those who are trying to key into this thing because they believe this is what is going to happen. And then when front running comes in, we could say this news has been priced in, especially when the news is what people are expecting. If the news is what people are expecting, it will be priced in. So when the news finally comes out, there will be little to no impact. Just like yesterday, a lot of people were expecting that the FOMC will not be changed. So because they were expecting the FOMC not to be changed, there was activity that went on in the markets. So even when the news came out, it had little to no impact in the market because it was priced in, right? Now, the second thing that happens is once it's priced in, there will be little to no impact. But if it comes out unexpected, that's when the market goes wide. It goes really, 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 really wide. That's the third thing. If it happens more than expected, it goes really, really wide. But then what if it gets priced in and whatever you're expecting happens? What then will be the third thing? Because there are two conditions here. The one that happens when the unexpected happens and when the expected happens. So when the expected happens, it gets priced, there's little to no impact. And then after that, the market is going to retrace and then it's going to continue its journey upwards. So when we look at the face of whatever it's doing right now, we're seeing the front running going on Bitcoin. So I expect Bitcoin being priced in with whatever news Trump wants to give. And once that happens, there'll be a retracement and then you can now tag along, right? This is like separating those who are aggressive. People who try to front run are aggressive traders. People who wait for the news to come in are conservative traders. So, and basically, if you know me, I'm both of them. I trade both of them. I'm both conservative and both aggressive. Depends on the condition per time and when I'm alert with it as well. So for this condition, I was on the opposite side of things, expecting it to sell. And now that doesn't change my bias and expectation yet for what I'm looking out for. Bitcoin especially, and how I want to see it get to that 90k levels. Like I'm still expecting it, just but pending that being happen. So this is what we're expecting, the buy. So we bought from here to here, then we expected that okay, once it get here, it should sell down. But rather, this was my stops. My stop was around 98k zone as well, which I got stopped out as well. So if I've been stopped out, and like I said, I literally caught my position when I knew that when I see that this thing is gonna with what Trump is doing, I just had to cut it as well. And so when I caught it immediately, I just had to. So let me remove this, and then this is what I'm looking out for. So I'm looking out for an entry here. Okay, let me set the profit to be, let me see, is it what, 99,000. So I'm looking out for an entry around these levels, an entry around 96,700, right? And then a stop around here. And now this chart I'm using is the Coinbase chart. So if you are, whatever broker you are using, whatever platform, if you're using like Bybit, for example, you have to look at the Bybit chart to be sure that, okay, does this align with the Bybit chart? Is this like the right entry points for the Bybit chart? You just want to do that yourself to, when I mean, not literally the entry point, stop loss, right? Because there could be, I mean, if you look here on the right hand side of my screen, you could see here I've got like 4 Bitcoin the Bitcoin CME chart, which is the one I always like using first for analysis. So here we go. This is the Bitcoin CME chart. So you can see my projections that we've been on since ever on the Bitcoin CME from the daily point, and then I've got like a I have like an entry. I don't know why I set this. Maybe later I'll figure it out. Maybe that's the level I expect Bitcoin to go that high. But I'll figure out why that. So this is an entry level. So when this bot sold here, gave some profits, but I didn't move. I just adjusted my stop a bit as well, and then got this. So this is a, what is it called? There's a gap, right? There's a CME gap, and CME gaps, when it comes to Bitcoin, they are most likely always filled at one point in time, and that's why we're projecting 490k. And but the way it is going right now is we may get to see BTC maybe move a bit higher, and then we will not get maybe a black swan event or something crazy that could literally push this down, because this is going to now form like what is called the is it the break hub zone, something like that, or the zone that broke the break of structure, whatever it is called. And it's literally going to be cool, right? Because you're going to be, we could get this hard and then get this major pullback and all that. So there is definitely going to be 90 this level at some point in time. But that other side, looking at what is current. So if you look here, there's 98,800 here, 98,700, 98,600. So like I said, the broker use is very, very important as regards that as well. Because initially I have like two trades on this, but I felt like this is the closest point. So this was a good level. So let me look at the Bybit chart. So this is the Bybit chart, right? So in the Bybit chart, I've got two amazing levels. Let me see if I could do this. I want to look at this is the 2 hours time frame. So on the Bybit chart, I've got two trade ideas actually, and I've got this. I've got this. But you know, most times when the market is very, very bullish, you just want to look for, okay, what could be the closest opportunity here you find, to just in case if this doesn't go, this could go, this doesn't play out, this could go, just based on that. So I think if you look here, you would see this entry the same. If you look here now, you discover that the writings here is a bit adjusted, so you want to take note of that. Here I've got, so one of this is the same, like the same RR targets or whatever. So to give like 2.8 RR, the 3 RR, 2.8 as well, the 3 RR. So the same projection. So if either I get here or get here, one of them should most likely play out and give us that sweet buy to new highs, new levels. So how high could it go? So with the way things are going now, we could see 99k, we could see 102,500, right? 102,500 is very key here. 102,500. So we could come down there and then start flying real hard. But this is not my main charts. So let me go to my main chart so I don't get confused. I don't confuse myself. So you could see this 102,500. Yes, here where I have this black line. Now the interesting thing is the market could go this high, right? Get to this high, and then from this level here, we could now see another drop. Like could get a very good, because this is like a daily zone. This is a daily supply zone and stuff. So to go this high, and then we could get that fantastic, interesting, so that is what disastrous pullback as well. Because and it could also decide to just fly and make new all-time highs before you get that giving that pullback. But regardless of whatever it wants to do, what matters is either ways we're just gonna milk it and make money from it from level to level, point to point. So whenever that happens, it's so I know a lot of people are very concerned about alt season, right? Specifically about alt season, what they want to see for altcoins. And a lot of all when it comes to alt season, a lot is going to be affected by um, Ethereum. So remember, if you've read the post I made on Ethereum, and that the fact is, if we don't get to see Ethereum making new levels and new highs, we are not going to see altcoins making those kind of new levels and new highs that you expect. Except new altcoins, right? We could see new altcoins do really, really crazy, really crazy. I think I was doing some research on some altcoins that Dex Screener on Solana as well, and like a new set of trend that is coming in, and I'm seeing some potentials in those coins. I think I'm going to like write something about those coins on my X account later today and just post them. I mean, it's not a financial advice; it's just what I think about them and like potential. I posted one of them on the Bull Run group early hours of today, and so but I've got like three I have on my radar and what I'm expecting and projections and them and whatnot as well. So considering what I just said now as regards the market projections and what we're looking. So if we get an entry for that and it goes high, then maybe we may see this play out. Just maybe. I'm not certain. I'm not certain, but maybe, just maybe we may see this play out. Let me this particular trade has been, imagine if I've been on this trade since 20th of April. That's crazy. 30 days of swing. Sometimes swing trades can be very, should I use the word, disastrous and boring. And I gave this buy initially to those on the bull and I told them to close because of what we're expecting. So I think I owe them giving another entry. So let me remove this for now. So I'm still believing that we're still going to see here at some point. So, but maybe we're going to get here before going here. So I'll have to, the equation now is getting an entry. So this is the thing with Ethereum. Ethereum is still weak. Ethereum hasn't gotten the kind of freedom we would want to see it, to say that Ethereum has now what's the word, has broken through. So as far as we are concerned, yeah, as long as we've not seen this expected breakout from Ethereum, Ethereum is still going to, it's going to linger for a while. But what you want to look out for is 1795, right? So I want to see the first of all, I want to see the pullback first on Bitcoin. So when Bitcoin starts coming down, we will definitely see Ethereum pulling down as well. So if it starts pulling down, I want to now watch out for this level, 1795. Well, like I said, you're not entering anything until your Bitcoin, let's say Bitcoin has like entry has been triggered and stuff and all that put together. And once I enter, this is like a very clean 1 to 3 arrow from where it is. And that's if it doesn't even fly up and go way higher already. But if it gives that opportunity, that won't be a bad one. And literally, this guy could go high. He could maybe even go stretch to like 1 to 4. Let me make this other one silent. So everything concerns like finding, sometimes you just got to find the synergy between how both conferences will play out. Because if you get Ethereum pick from here, gets to this level, by the time it gets there, Bitcoin should have maybe gotten like 100 and something K as well. And then it could literally like go to this point and this halves before you now start looking at those pullbacks as well. And then there's something that we may want to start paying attention to, but I think I'm going to talk about it tomorrow. But I'm watching it because in every season, there's a way the market reacts in every season. There's a way the market acts in every season. And if you're able to pay attention to it, you're going to make a lot of money, like on a day-to-day basis, right? On a day-to-day basis. I'm seriously observing it. And that is what we call I call it the SOS, which is called strategy of the seasons. SOS, strategy of the seasons. That means in every season, strategy change. If you could recall this, remember this generational entry I told us early around February. I did this around January, February when I told us about the generational entry that dollar is going to sell down for months. And this is what month are we currently in? We're in May. So January, February, March, April, May. 5 good months. The dollar has been selling to the abyss. This is my final target. This is something I marked from like 2 years back as well. And this is my final target of how low I'm expecting the dollar. It could literally maybe go way lower, right? It could go way low. When I mean way lower, we may even see dollar get to like 89K, 88K, like here. See this point, this level, we may see dollar come here, 89.291, right? But as of the time when I did this, that was 2 years ago. A lot of the structures were not formed, right? But right now we have a lot of structure to look at. But before all this happens, this means that there's a lot of opportunity to make a lot of money within the zone as well. And this could happen even faster than you were expecting, faster than you're looking at as well. So I expect the dollar to make new lows, right? I expect it to make new lows. And if it's gonna make new lows, it's going to definitely we're gonna have the ripple effect on Bitcoin. So maybe it pulls back a little bit and then Bitcoin gives us that entry we're looking at for, hopefully, or Ethereum gives us and tags us along. If it doesn't, then we've just got to cry. But I think I gave those on the bull run group. I gave them an entry for a particular a coin, and I told them to get in on a coin. So, and I told them to just, I think the stops are moved to break even on that coin, and it should, it's already up in profit and should continue going way higher than that. So I think for now I'm not going to be looking at altcoins positions yet, but okay, we've got this guy. Sometimes I forget this. So this is an entry that I triggered, and honestly I've forgotten about it. I've literally forgotten about it. But what will happen is we just want to look at Bitcoin giving us entries, Ethereum giving entry. And when this both of them do give us an entry, that is when I think I'm going to look at memes. And when I'm talking about looking at memes, I mean not just look at every meme. I'm just look at maybe bonk and peep and then I'm good to go. Or maybe look at just 3 memes or 4, and then I'm gonna like share my thesis on them, like, because this is like the initial entry we've got on peep, and peep has been on like since then. And the truth is, no matter how high Bitcoin low Bitcoin is going to get back to, come down, goes up. One thing is, this is the bottom of peep. Peep is never going to be below here again. So far for this year, let me use that word. So even though there's going to be like a pullback, we're about to get to come back. Myself is something I'm just going to. It's just something we're just going to like find an entry for and navigate. I mean, this has been a very strong support level, support region. So we could literally just use that to make our entry. If we see that pullback, enter it and journey upwards. But I will literally give like very exact limits, like I'm doing for Bitcoin and Ethereum now. When we get our entries, right? So I think that's all for this morning as well. Put together. Someone is asking, boss, please, what is happening with Solar Token? What kind of question is that? What is happening with them as how? Is there something happening with them? Because I don't understand your question. When you're saying what is happening with it, I'm confused. Is there something happening with them? Or you want something to happen with them? I mean, because I don't know. So this is Soleil. What is happening with them? There's something happening with it. Because I mean, all I'm seeing here is the chart of a coin that's been going up for since February, March, April, May, January, February, March, April, May. I've seen a chart of a coin that's been going up for 4 months, and then the coin decides to drop a retrace. So I don't know what you say, like something's happening to them. What is happening with them? Me, I'm asking you, what do you mean by what is happening with them? That's not the question. That isn't the question. So me, I'm asking you the question back. What is happening? This I'm seeing a chart that's been for 4 months of new highs and new highs and new highs, and then obviously there should be a pullback at some point. So all I'm seeing in the chart, I've made new highs and new ones. So I don't know what your question means or what you want me to say. Someone says retracement, obviously. I mean, I don't know. There are some things that a basic human being that has two eyes should be able to know and see for themselves. So I don't know why someone asks a question about what is happening to something that is they can see by themselves. If there's any, should I say, anything to raise concern about, I think you should ask about that if there's something to raise a concern about. I don't know. So, okay. That's all for today. This is one of my favorite coins in trading this bull run this season, and I think I had so much pain on this coin because it never did get to where I want to see it. That's here. I wanted to make an entry here. It just decided to be like an evil spirit and leave me. But I wanted to this is a favorite entry level here. These are three very key levels where I expected it, but I didn't get to see it. There are some coins that are literally going to be very good to trade this. And I mean, if you trade those coins, only those coins, if you trade them throughout this bull run, you're going to have a 70 to 80% win rate. And this coin is one of those coins. I think that also depends on how, as long as if you just have basic knowledge of support and resistance, you should do good. There's no biggie about it. So when the market like literally gets to sit as it should be as well and all that put together. Yeah. BTC is at 99K. I think that's good. Yep. Someone said Digicast went live yesterday. Yeah, I think they did. Let's check them out. They did go live yesterday. They did. But I think the tokens are going to be people's tokens want to be released to, I think, 24 hours or 48 hours. I can't even recall how long it was said that it would take for people's tokens to be released. So obviously when people's tokens are released, people are going to sell off, and I think most likely a lot of people are going to get to dump their tokens because a lot of people have been waiting for a long time for it. So yeah. Okay, there you go. So obviously, I think once people's tokens are released, some people are gonna sell, and I mean, it's not, it won't be a fairy tale. People are going to do what they are going to do, right? 24 hours, yeah. So people are going to sell. So the truth is, in the long run, over time, Digicast is going to really go high, but it's just basic psychology, right? It's a basic psychology that a lot of people have been patiently waiting for this. A lot of people are tired. A lot of people are angry. So people are going to do what they're going to do. Like I said, it's always very easy to predict what the masses are going to do, and you just want to, based on that, you can just make your decision, right? So people are definitely going to sell aggressively very well, and then team is now going to like push after that has been done as well, put together. That yeah, I think it's a style. It's style entry. Style at 250. So the entry we gave was for Tau. It was for Tau. It was for Tau. Okay, guys. I think I've answered the questions I got, and I've been able to share the screen for today, and it's just 30 minutes. 30 minutes is done. Like I said, I promise I'm just going to take about 30 minutes to be doing this every time when I come on, and then 30 minutes I'm going to be done. And let's see how it goes, and let's hopefully get an opportunity to make entries. Now, you don't chase the market, you don't rush the market, you wait for the market to come to you. And the videos are definitely always going to be live here on both X and also on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. So you can literally always come back to the videos and enjoy myself and you guys. And let's see how we make the most out of the season on a day-to-day basis.